Uh, Hi everyone. We have Anisha with us, who has very good experience in terms of QA space, and she has recently got selected in a TOSCA automation role. So we are going to talk to her. I will let her introduce herself, and we'll talk about her interview experience journey and any tips and tricks what she has for our audience. So let us get started. So Anusha, this call is getting recorded,
Oh,
and go ahead with your introduction, please. Just
yeah,
give some idea about your experience and your tech skill set and things like that.
yeah, sure. Hi, Abhishek. I have overall 12 plus years of experience in as a senior consultant in QA, and I worked in India and I worked in Germany. In Germany, I worked for 7 years, and in India, it's almost 7.5 years. And I have completed ISTQB certifications and AS1, AS2 certifications related to TOSCA and AE1 and AE2 as well. And I worked on both waterfall and agile methodologies. And I have worked on different domains in uh, telecom, utility, and automobile. And also have experience on SQL, uh, and I was able to work. I was working as an group, as a team member, and as an individual contributor as well. Now I went to some trainings of Tosca. Recently I've attended 2 to 3 interviews, and I've got selected for one of the role in Tosca, and I've attended the Tosca training. Uh, Abhishek, uh, Abhishek, Abhishek has scheduled one-to-one session for Tosca. So I have attended almost for 1 month, 1.5 month, and I got a very good experience now and hands-on experience on Tosca now. It was a very helpful session which I've attended, in perspective of learning the advanced concepts of Tosca, and in perspective to the interview as well.
Okay, okay, great to know. And thank you for talking about the training session as well. Uh, how was your like journey of searching for a job, getting the calls back, interview scheduling? Right now, you're working in India, and you have spent a good amount of time in Germany as well. So just wanted to understand if anyone is looking for a job, what kind of things they would expect, or what journey you have gone through. How was the experience?
Yeah, sure, Abhishek. Basically, when I came to India, I was in a trauma that I cannot get a job in India because people are expecting so many things. So I was not able to crack the interview. I will not be able to crack the interview. Basically, they were looking for a Tosca with Dex and Jenkins. At that point of time, I did not had an interview. I did not have an experience on the on Dex and Jenkins. Later on, after attending the training session, I got a very good understanding how things will go in Tosca, and how I can crack, basically what all I need to concentrate on Tosca to crack an interview in India. Basically, coming to in the initial stage when I've started my first when I've attended my first interview, they've asked about the basics. Basics I was able to do that, but regarding the Dex concepts and TDS and integration with Jenkins was the main important thing that they are looking for.
Okay.
I was not able to even attempt the question for that. So almost 3 to 4 interviews got I did not select, and later on I've started the training, and I was learning in parallel, and I was practicing on that. And after that, almost in past 1 month, there is a very good requirement in TOSCA, I guess, nowadays.
Okay.
So they are basically looking for a DEX concepts and TDS concepts and integration with some DevOps tool and how you'll manage the data and how you'll we need to explain the complete DEX setup from end to end. Like, yeah.
So maybe yeah, Dex and all is always going to be a favorite part of the question of a toss interview. But maybe based on your experience as well, since you have 12 plus years of experience. So those type of questions for senior persons are more expected. Okay. So more I would like to understand. So you're saying the job market is good. Uh, how many calls you were getting? How many calls were converting into the interview, and how many successful interviews have happened? Just a breakdown, ballpark number figure.
Yeah, sure. I have attended almost 20 10 interviews. I got 20 calls, but I was looking specifically for Hyderabad location. So it was some confined space uh, the where I was not able to break, and they were asking for the immediate joiner.
Okay.
Now also I'm getting the calls, uh, they were not interested in the people who are in probation, who are the immediate joiners. They should be joining in 10 days or 1 week. So they'll be more interested in that kind of profile, basically.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This is a very common and famous problem in IT industry in India, that every company usually have 2 to 3 months of notice period while everyone looks for an immediate joiner.
Yes, yeah.
So when you were looking for job, were you on notice period or your contract was ending? How was it like that? Like how soon you have started the preparation, or you were applying and you were getting the interview call?
Yeah, basically, I started my interview call from September, but I was not serious at that point of time because I was on leave. So for almost 2 months, I thought that okay, that's fine. I'll I have a time. So at the end of my notice period, I've decided that I should get some job at any cost before ending my current contract. So I have updated my LinkedIn profile and an Naukri profile that I'm an immediate joiner.
Okay.
So because I was on leave, I was able to negotiate my notice period also. So I thought I'll keep it as that. And once I kept that as an immediate joiner and updated in both LinkedIn and Naukri, I was able to get so many interview calls.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, so you have already highlighted that in interview questions, decks, integrations, and those things were very important. Other than that, I wanted to understand like we'll talk about like the basic stuff or basic kind of questioning. What are the common questions which you could remember from your interview sessions?
Yeah, sure. Sure, Abhishek. The first common question was, what are the best practices you followed in your project? And the other is how you will handle a web table when there is, I mean, basically related to the embedded controls. How you'll handle that embedded controls and how you'll create it, how you'll customize it. And they were, I mean, basically in every interview they asked every module like API, web automation, and SAP, and they touch based on TDS and DEX. These five parts were the common questions which have a, and what all you know about API testing and how you'll handle it in TOSCA.
Okay.
And what is the difference between hash and dollar?
Oh,
And what is the explicit name? When you'll use the explicit name? And and they asked about how you'll close, how you'll delete the cookies.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and what all comments you'll give, and they commonly used asked about the loops, how you'll replace the repetition, how you'll use the repetitions and the constraints without using loops.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, yeah, and they have asked about what all generic instances you can create in a test sheet, and what all are the combination,
Okay.
like all orthogonal and
Got it.
paradox. Yeah,
All the combinational methods.
all the combination methods, and they've asked about how you'll set up the how you'll convert the test case into a template, and how you'll map it with a test case.
Okay. Requirement mapping as well. Got it.
Yeah, requirement mapping also. And they have asked about the weightage, how you'll calculate the weightage for a requirement.
Okay.
A- And they have asked about is it a best practice to use a static weight, or is or it is a best practice to use the dynamic weight. What you'll prefer, and when you're not able to handle one element, what all methods you'll try, and if still it is not working, what is your approach?
Oh, okay. So, uh, I'll go through these pointers. Thanks for sharing all of this. So,
Yeah.
so I think the project setup and maybe the best practices uh, is something which is being asked just so that the interviewer understands that you have actual project experience or not.
Yes, yes, yeah.
So when I see that, like learning Tosca is like anyone who has automation concepts or at least will be able to learn and understand the concepts to prepare for an interview. But these things like project setup and best practices will give an idea if you have actually worked on hands-on work on that or
Yes.
yeah. Okay. Okay.
And one more question was frequently asked is, what are the steering parameters you use, and can you name some steering parameters, and can you explain on what all steering parameters you can create?
Okay.
I've told only scrolling behavior, but they've asked about the fire event. Mostly they have asked about the fire event as well.
Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. So, yeah, these are the common questions, and I think based on the experience level also, and based on the organizations, and based on the interviewer also, a lot of things are going to change. So, in terms of uh, rounds, so usually you used to have one round or more rounds of interview.
I had almost for every interview I have attended two to three rounds
Okay.
basically. Yeah,
And how were
and
you segregating those?
in one of my when the company which I have joined, they have given they did the system test, and they did the technical interview. The system test is I was very new to that. Basically, they have given the complete scenario, and they have asked me to create a recovery scenario and cleanup scenario, and that should be executed in the execution list, and you need to follow all the best practices, and the complete scenario, it should be very dynamic that anyone can use. The data should not be at all static, and at that point of time, they did not even import the standard module to the Tosca. They've asked me to import that standard module and create the test case, and it took almost 4 to 5 hours of they took 4 to 5 hours of interview in that. Yeah.
Okay. So usually 2 to 3 rounds. It could happen that it was happening 4 to 5 rounds as well. Correct.
Yeah. Yes.
So, in terms of like, you don't need to reveal the organization name. Whatever interviews you would have attended, uh, any of those, like, not the current company, but obviously other interview session. One type of companies like these were service based, product based. If you want to call out any names, if you want, you can give that
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, recently I've attended a Wipro interview, which was I've cleared all. In the last round, they've asked about comparing the Excel.
Okay.
How you'll compare the Excel, and it should be an array. If you have a huge number of cells that needs to be compared,
Mhm.
it will take so much of time. So you need to take it as an array, and you need to compare. And how you'll do that,
Okay. Okay.
and how you'll compare the PDF,
Okay.
and how you'll count the columns of the Excel. By using count, we can count the rows, but how you'll calculate the columns.
Okay. Okay. So,
And yeah,
so interview questions are going to be like, even for a very experienced person, they are going very deep inside the hands-on technical knowledge.
yes, yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So it happens because Tosca has automation capabilities for a lot of different technology. So in case you're not fully prepared, you might not be able to do these hands-on exercises, what they're asking you to do, right?
yes.
Okay. So go ahead.
And one more thing is, what I've observed is we need to be very updated, because these functionalities are the buffer array, and the comparing multiple Excels and comparing multiple PDFs. These are the new functionalities which were introduced by Tosca.
Correct.
I
Correct.
mean, we should be updated, very much updated, for if you attend an interview here. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So how was your overall experience? Was it smooth? You need to do a lot of hard work to get uh, where you are right now, or it was mild? How would you say it? Just wanted to understand your experience.
Yeah, basically, the last which I've attended, I felt that not a basic knowledge is enough. We should be very updated here in Tosca,
Okay.
and I've concentrated on all decks, TDS, and all other things, but I did not update my knowledge with the current updated functionalities in Tosca. So that was my only that questions only they have concentrated in that interview. So I was not able to do that, and I prepared. Basically, I was very well prepared for Tosca, that in and out what all, and I've visited almost 10 to 15 YouTube channels where what all Tosca questions that still I need to cover, and
Okay.
like that. But you should work hard to crack the interview, because it's not at all easy to crack an interview in. I mean, basically, it is a very easy tool to adapt, but having the knowledge is also important.
Correct. Correct. So that is one important point in case of Tosca is we have a lot of inbuilt functionalities and inbuilt methods. So even if you know automation concepts, you have to understand to apply these things here. Like I have automation experience in other tools as well, but when I see people who are very proficient in like maybe Selenium or very popular tools, I see that they need to change their thinking approach because Tosca offers things, but maybe little bit in a different way, as well as we need to understand lot of inbuilt capabilities which can basically solve a lot of problems which does not which are like major problems in other open tools are very easy here. Okay. So as far as my understanding goes, Tosca is becoming very popular and it is getting applied into service-based companies and product-based companies as well. So
Yes.
just wanted to understand why you're getting calls from like basically just the service-based companies or even product-based companies.
Even product-based companies, I got a call from 2 to 3, and 2 to 3 companies. But they were expecting not only Tosca. If you have a Tosca SAP opening over there, you need to know Tosca completely, and you need to know the SAP complete knowledge as a both. You If you have a Tosca knowledge, if you don't have a functional knowledge on Tosca on SAP, then they'll not be you cannot crack an interview over that. And even for Salesforce also, it's the same things.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So even I see that like they specifically call out what the tech stack they need. Earlier, the things were like when you will be having interviews, the mindset was different. Like I want to understand how much automation experience or knowledge you have, how you think logically, because learning an application is fine as long as you have good automation concepts. But maybe because of more supply and less demand, now the mind shift has been little troublesome, or I can say that like they specifically need, okay, what tech stack my project or my organization has, the exact tech stack needs to be available in the candidate.
Yes.
But anyways, that's a good point that we can prepare ourselves that what exact JD is saying or what that organization is kind of working on, and prep on that to appear before the interview, right? That is going to help. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, so
And one more question was how you'll integrate Tosca with Selenium. That is a new functionality, I guess, but I don't have any knowledge on that. Yeah, how you'll integrate Selenium with Tosca and how what all you can do with if you integrate it.
okay. So just to answer your question, we have an inbuilt module in Tosca. Okay. So what we can do is we can execute Selenium scripts using Tosca. So what happens is if someone is buying Tosca license and their earlier scripts were based on Selenium and things like that, what they can do is they can maintain those scripts in Selenium while for execution purpose they can use Tosca. Okay. So we have an inbuilt module. We have to give the server name and the file path and things like that, and we can manage the entire execution and all those things in Tosca. So that is one option available till 2023. Uh, I can check out if there is any new feature what has been developed or something like that. But Tosca has its proprietary file, TSU file, so we cannot do much changes there. We cannot even view that. So yeah, so that is, I think, in some cases, if you will have a like large automation suite already built up for with Selenium and it is working fine and all, I think it's a good approach to keep some people who are proficient in Selenium and integrate that with Tosca.
Yeah, yeah. And there is no content on how you'll integrate with Tosca with Selenium. Maybe that is also one of the point you can cover.
Sure, sure, sure.
Yeah. And even in Tricentis videos also, I did not see that. Yeah.
So it's an inbuilt module. Even I have not specifically tried to work it out. I've seen that module, so we have to just provide the file path names wherever your repository is placed and the server and other details like that, and it should ideally work. But I'll look into that. I'll see if something can be created on that end as well.
Yeah.
So
And this array part also you need to cover. Yes, Abhishek, it's a
yeah.
bit.
Array is a new concept. So what happens is we were usually using buffer concept. Now that becomes troublesome when we have a large number of data, right? So so what happens is, just to give you some idea, when you use a lot of buffers, what happens is it consumes your RAM space. So it affects your execution as well as performance of your machine. So it is never recommended to use a lot of buffers without any reasoning. So whenever you're using a buffer, you should make sure that you have like no other option to use. Okay. That's why you're using buffer. And if you're using good amount of buffers, you should try to delete it at the end of the script as well. That is a good practice. So maybe a lot of people were facing challenges because of that, and they worked on introducing this array concept, which is going to be very helpful. Okay.
And, and TC shell also, Abhishek. TC shell, how you'll write the TC shell commands. They have asked about that also. Yeah.
Okay. So, I think in your interview experience, I see that they have almost covered all the advanced concepts as well. For
Yeah.
example, like TC shell and all. When you talk about the tech setup, when you talk about TC shell might be used, but these are going to be kind of one-time setups. It's just that they want to understand if you have knowledge, if you have done it, or basically you have knowledge around that area or not.
Yeah.
So, what role you have got currently? Like, are you going to be an individual contributor, like senior automation tester, lead architect? What kind of role they have given you currently?
They have given me a senior test engineer, this senior automation engineer. Uh, but uh, but basically, it's an individual kind of role, individual contributed contribution. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Uh, so, TOSCA tool understanding is fine, but wanted to understand like from automation point of view. And and any other questions were asked to you like in terms of basic automation concepts or QA concepts, or was it more like focused just on TOSCA technical concepts?
Yeah, they've asked basically how you worked in Agile when the development was not completed, and how you handled the automation in Agile, because it is a very tedious task to do. Because if the development is not completed, you cannot automate it. How you'll handle it,
Okay. Okay.
and basically, they have asked regarding the basic concepts of manual testing. What is regression and what's the difference between? I mean, they wanted to check whether I have an idea on that or not. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, regression testing, smoke testing, and how you'll. What is the reporting? What all reporting you did, and basically, whether you can work as a team and as an individual contributor or not.
Oh, okay.
Can you handle a team? If you're given, if there is no setup of Tosca, how you'll do that? What all steps you will be taking it?
Okay. Okay.
And yeah,
Okay. Uh, so okay. So these were the automation concepts. So Agile is obviously very popular from past 7 8 years now. So everyone is working in Agile, and actually Tosca has advanced features like Vision AI and all, which can be used in case of sprint automation and things like that. But okay, okay. So, did they ask you about like how will you calculate ROI, estimations, maybe how to set up a project, onboarding, things like that?
no, no, Abhishek, they did not ask that much about that, but uh, they have asked if you want to give any estimate, or if you want to meet some clients, what all preparations you will be done before meeting it, and what how you'll present it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Usually, those kind of questions come when you are applying for maybe delivery manager, QA, or architect roles and things like that.
Yeah.
Uh, Other than this, I wanted to understand. So we covered Tosca, we covered QA concepts, and uh, I wanted to understand behavioral questions. What kind of behavioral questions we expect, or what kind of behavioral questions they ask, like in terms of managerial interview and all.
Yeah. The question, 2 to 3 questions I remember. Basically, you got some defect in your prod, and you are not able to identify it, and you got to know that at the end of the I mean, before releasing it to the customer, how you will handle it,
Okay.
and how you will when there is a defect, you are not able to your dev is not accepting that it is as a defect. How you will convince him, and what all proofs you will give, and how you will approach him. Uh, that was one question, and the behavioral question is whether you will uh, from past 4 years you were not able to uh, I mean, you are not able to go to the office regularly.
Okay.
So now if you are going, you'll be able to you will be able to handle it or not. I
Okay.
mean, how you'll handle uh, with this new change.
Okay. Uh, I wanted to understand more on behavioral part. If like we had any questions in terms of like the what is your mindset about automation, or how long you are going to be, like why are you leaving your job? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Abhishek. Sorry, can you repeat it?
So I was asking more on the lines like usually in the managerial interviews they will ask you, right, like why should we hire you?
I did not get such questions, Abhishek. Basically, they were more concentrated on when you'll join. Is it immediate, or why are you not still looking for a change?
Okay, okay,
Uh, I did not get. I mean, basically, I did not get such questions. I didn't.
okay, okay, okay. So based on I think we have covered most of it. Unless you think I have missed something, you can let me know.
Yeah, most of the things are covered, Abhishek. Yeah.
Okay. So just last question. I would like to give you like based on you have an extensive experience, and you have attended interviews, and you have work experience working in two different countries as well. I
Yeah.
would like you to give some tips for freshers, or for lesser experienced people than you, or maybe more experienced than you. What tips and tricks you want to share with everyone so that it will help their career?
Yeah. Basically, first thing is you need to have a very good knowledge. But if you worked, or if you have worked or not, but you should have a good knowledge. Based on that, only you'll get the confidence. uh, and only concentrating only on one tool is not at all will not work nowadays,
Mhm.
because they are looking for if you have an automation experience, you should have uh, a tool experience, and you should have a DevOps experience. You should have uh, the DB experience and a API experience also. And only one thing, I mean, I know Tosca, I should crack an interview is a that things doesn't work nowadays. If it is an experience, or if the people are experienced or not, but basically they are looking on if I place this person as a uh, in our company, he should know in and out of every application. That's what I got to understand.
Okay.
And what else is you need to nowadays they are expecting the complete 5 days work from office. You should be assured of it, that you'll be completely working from office. From maybe it will change in a year.
Okay.
Yeah. And you should extend your work timings if required.
Okay.
That is, yeah.
Uh, so during your entire experience, when you would have started, things were different, and now things are different, right? Uh, what is the major shift, or like the quick pointers you can think based on your experience? How QA has changed?
Yeah, the major shift was when I've joined IT and when I've attended almost 5 years back. They have asked me only whether I have an automation experience or not, but they did not expect that only one person should know everything. That is a major shift. And the one more shift was they were at least flexible that they will learn in future. But as there is so much of demand of resources here in India, but if I mean, if I'm not the person, someone else they'll get it. It's easy thing to do, but yeah. uh, but you should be very confident enough to handle it nowadays. I mean, knowing one only bits and pieces also doesn't work, I guess.
Okay. Okay. So Uh, First of all, congratulations for your new job. I just wanted to understand what next you're planning in terms of learning and growing your career.
Yeah, basically, now, when uh, I wanted to learn Python and the Python with Selenium, basically. It's I think even that openings are huge nowadays. Basically, knowing the knowledge on Python and Selenium with Tosca is a even they are looking for a Tosca plus Python knowledge nowadays. So I wanted to enhance one of the scripting language should also be known, and only automation engineer doesn't work. I should learn one DB tool, one automation tool, one performance tool, and that will be a combination of a. I mean, I need to enhance that, and basically, I'm more interested in a technical role rather than in a management role. So I'm concentrating on that now.
Oh, okay. Okay. Uh, Thank you very much for your time, Anusha. Uh,
Yes, Abhishek.
yes, I will stop the recording now.